You okay? You have bronchitis?
Huh? Shut up.
I just want to let you know that that's very cringe.
That's not one guy! He's not one! No! He's live streaming this! Oh my god! No! 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 I know you! I'm so good! Oh my god!
See you on TikTok.
Two influencers drowned at a yacht party after refusing to wear a life jacket as it would ruin tans and selfies. Look, there's a silver lining to this dumb story. They actually succeeded at what they wanted to do. Even though they did pass away, even though they did drown, their tans and their selfies were preserved. I am nearly certain that the recovery team that was sent out to collect these two idiots out of the water were absolutely stunned by the preserved tans and wonderful selfies taken before that horrible, horrible event. I'm pretty sure they had something to say. And you know what? That's a positive thing. If we had to take a positive thing from this dumb story, that's what it would be. Elon Musk is giving $100 million to anyone who can find a way to pull carbon dioxide directly from the atmosphere or oceans and sequester it durably and sustainably. Personally, I think $100 million is a bargain. This is a tree. That is what trees do. I truly don't understand this obsession that people have with carbon capture technology, as if that's going to be the panacea that would cure a century's worth of human geoengineering, bro. Because let's just be honest here. If there was a technology that existed that would remove carbon dioxide from the air and sequester it into the ground, what methods would we go about to power that technology? What fuel would we use? If you're thinking nuclear, that's a great thought. I like that thought. But what materials go into building a nuclear power plant? No matter what, you cannot avoid using fossil fuels in order to, I don't know, heal the planet. It just doesn't work. It doesn't matter how much you optimize your supply chain and what fuels you use. At some point, a little bit of diesel, gas, or coal will have to be burned in order for that technology to be built or to be run. And even with all that being obvious, it still would take a century for us to remove all of that gas from the atmosphere. But hey, anything's possible, and I'm pretty sure that Elon Musk didn't pay this $100 million out. So if you're a genius watching right now and you think you can do the impossible, I think you have a bounty that you might be able to collect on. The Tampa Bay area's main hospital and only trauma center is built on an island at sea level. Ooh, you know, that wouldn't be the first pick, in my opinion, to put a hospital. But to be honest, the location kind of looks nice. It's dope. And yeah, maybe the hospital's at sea level, but so is like the entire state of Florida. Like, it's a pretty flat place. And let's just say that Tampa, Florida gets hit with a hurricane, which hardly ever happens. That never happens. What's the worst that could go down? The bridges wash out and no one has access to the hospital? You know, that's not a problem. Hospitals have helicopters. They can fly people onto the island. And in the terrible event that there's not enough helicopters, you can just swim across the thing there, the little canal right there. Just swim. You can get to the hospital. Put whoever's sick on your back and swim. It's easy. I've seen it in movies, on television. It's possible. Why did you stop going to church? My pastor poked fun at a homeless man who visited our church asking for food. He told the man, "We aren't running a food kitchen here." The things I would trade, the things that I would give up to be a fly on the wall during judgment, to see this man stand in front of God and try to make things make sense. Because a pastor denying someone sanctuary certainly doesn't seem like the right thing to do. And look, I understand you don't want to have somebody who's been living outside indoors. You don't want to bring someone in because they might have, you know, diseases, they might be smelly, they might actually just be crazy. I understand that. But if you're uncomfortable with giving people sanctuary when they ask for it, then why would you become a pastor? If that's how you feel, then why would you choose that line of work? It really is confusing. It boggles the brain cells. The elitism, the terrible behavior is incongruent with your occupation, my man. But hey, not all is lost. This man is capable of pivoting. He's capable of finding a different career. Instead of being a local pastor, have you thought about being a televangelist? Okay, it looks like another person's posting their ballot online. All right, let's take a look at what they got to say. Hey y'all, go vote. We need someone with an actual brain. Fair enough. Who'd you vote for? Not Kamala Harris. I'm assuming Donald Trump. Wait a minute. Did you write that in? Did you write? Why? So what? You could get 923 likes? Are you serious? There's a bubble. Just take your pen and fill in the bubble. It's that simple. And you could have still posted the photo. You still could have posted your ballot and let everybody know that you were voting for somebody. You could have done that without looking like a fool. Are you serious? Oh my God, you did this for 923 likes, not even 1,000. Nobody saw this. You did all of this for no one.
You know, I didn't expect that to happen. I won't
To
lie.
break?
I kind of didn't know what I
Okay,
expected.
up.
I am elated, I am excited, I am poised to share with the entire world that after 5 years of tireless work, my thesis is finally finished. The university checker says it was 90% AI. I wrote every word. I am currently sitting down and attempting to not lose my mind. I bought a home in Florida for $540,000 and Hurricane Milton is tearing through our neighborhood. We don't have flood insurance and I know I'm not sleeping tonight. Hold up. Let me get this straight. You managed to acquire a $540,000 home in a region of the nation that is known for getting jumped by tropical storms, and it never occurred to you to get flood insurance? You're trying to tell me that you're capable of at least getting a healthy down payment for that $540,000 home, or outright saving all of that money up to buy the home, yet somehow we just forget the fundamentals. Somehow we just feel that we don't need flood insurance. You know, I was about to say that this isn't newsworthy, but I am so glad that Business Insider covered this. I'm so glad that I was able to encounter this level of idiocy. It actually makes me feel better to know that I and everyone else here watching have more sense than someone who managed to buy a home in 2024 in the United States of America and have that home be worth $540,000. I have more sense than you. I have more neurons than you. Talk about a personal ego elevation, bro. Unbelievable. Nah, you're lying. You're lying. No. Are you serious? $10,000? Why would you do that? I am very confident, 80% plus on the outcome that Kamala Harris wins. And I bought in at 34% odds. Oh, I wonder what they look like now. My position will be worth $27,000 if she wins. I've played poker, and if someone offers you those odds, you put in as much as you can afford to lose. I work now in political data, but most of my career was in digital advocacy, and I also have an advanced degree in policy analysis. You know what? I'm gonna stop you there, bro. You still donated $10,000 to Polymarket, and while, yeah, you might be able to afford to lose $10,000, given your background in digital advocacy and policy analysis, I would think you, of all people, would be able to place a better bet. You would actually be able to take home money instead of losing money. But hey, who would have thought that, you know, having a broader perspective than most hardcore politicos wouldn't really give you an advantage when it comes to placing bets on Polymarket? If I had to give this man some advice, next time, 4 years from now, he should, I don't know, place bets based on a vibe. You know, if you just like that candidate, you should just put money on him. As of this election, that is a proven winning strategy. These unruly Europeans said, sorry, we don't tip, laughed, and walked out. Close the borders to Europeans now! I agree. I don't think the Europeans know how to hang out. For whatever reason, they like to travel to the United States and then proceed to complain about everything being not familiar to them. And of that insufferable group, you have individuals like this who go out of their way to just be disrespectful and arrogant while they are visiting our great nation. And I think it's safe to say that that type of, you know, mentality and behavior when you're traveling to a different nation is looked down upon. But you know what? I understand where that mentality comes from, because I would have that too if my home nation had the same GDP as the state of Michigan. In that circumstance, I could see myself being a little bit arrogant, a little bit egotistical in order to feel better about myself. Because let's be honest, who wants to feel the alternative? You know, who wants to feel lesser than? Especially if you can't measure up to the state of Michigan. Like that's rough, bro. Gen Z job seekers should be willing to work for free, long hours, willing to do anything, says Squarespace CMO. Is that right? You know what? I'll hear you out if you do it first. If the Squarespace CMO can work long hours for free and be willing to do anything, I feel at that point, Gen Z might hear you out. The day that happens, the day that you make that make sense, is the day that we hear you out. Matter of fact, if you could tell us a story about how you got to this position as the CMO of Squarespace, young people like Gen Z might be able to hear you out, given that your position as the CMO was obtained through climbing the corporate ladder by working for free, long hours, and being willing to do anything. If that's the circumstance, I think we might hear you out. But as of right now, because you haven't proven that to us, I have a feeling that you're just a greedy trying to gaslight a whole generation of teenagers and adults into working for free with your company and other companies like yours. 3.8 million people in California voted to keep slavery legal. Huh? What? That's new. Okay, that can't be true. There's gotta be some nuance here. Let's go ahead and take a look at what these supposed Californians were voting on. Okay, so it was Proposition 6. It prohibits slavery and involuntary servitude. This proposed amendment to California's constitution would bar slavery in any form and repeal a current provision allowing involuntary servitude as punishment for a crime. And apparently Californians vibe with slavery because they want that to be a punishment for crime. 52.9%, 3.8 million people. That is crazy. But of course, there's still some missing context here. What was this bill attempting to prevent? You see, Proposition 6 was all about work in prisons, and whether or not prisoners in California should be paid for that work, and whether or not that work should actually be a part of their punishment. And yeah, as of today, if you are in a state prison in California, get ready to do some free labor because your fellow citizens absolutely feel that you deserve it. No more likes anymore. That's right, everybody. YouTube is doing more A/B testing across their desktop and mobile platforms when it comes to you, the audience member, being able to view likes and views. Many people a couple of days ago were shocked to see that their home screen on their desktop or mobile app was completely devoid of views. Like, all of the popular content that was appearing on these people's For You pages were viewless. That's strange, and when you would click the video, you would find that the likes and dislikes were both disabled. Now, why is YouTube testing this? Nobody knows! Everyone knows that the testing is happening, and I'm sure YouTube is aware that people dislike it. So as of right now, every single article talking about this is speculating why YouTube would even decide to start testing, with one theory in particular being shared across all of those articles and the official r/YouTube subreddit, with the theory being that YouTube is trying to leverage their control over, well, the algorithm, specifically what is shown to you on your homepage and what videos are recommended after you're, finished watching one. Because at the moment, you can decide whether or not you want to watch a YouTube video given a whole lot of different factors. Likes, comments, views, the list goes on. Anyone who uses YouTube implicitly uses those metrics in order to decide whether or not they want to watch a piece of content. And YouTube may be trying to figure out a way to control that entire process. They just want to show you videos. They just want you to watch. And without likes, dislikes, and views to help a user decide whether or not they want to watch a video, allows YouTube to just promote content that suits their needs, whether it be promoting content that is greater than 30 minutes long, ensuring that YouTube collects a lot of ad revenue, or YouTube might have the intention to promote content that they feel should be, in their opinion, on your For You page, which would ultimately box out any other content creator that's creating videos that are controversial or videos that are incredibly specific and pertain to a certain subculture, group, or interest. But of course, like I said, that's just speculation. That's what people are saying, and that's what people are upset about. Will we ever get an answer from YouTube? Doubt it! That's not happening. Like every other decision made on this platform, the testing will be done, and then the decision will be made. And there will be no conversation with content creators or viewers about these supposed changes to this very large and very prominent video streaming platform. Isn't it wonderful? Isn't that great? I love this! Oh my gosh, this meme is so old and crunchy. And the first time I even came across it was back in the day on iFunny, and it was just as deep fried. This honestly reminds me of a show on History Channel where they spent like 25 minutes wondering how all the sides of the pyramid seemed to be perfectly divisible by pi or something, and people were theorizing about aliens in some lost form of mathematics, but then at the end they interviewed a tired-looking paleontologist, and he was just like, maybe they just used the wheel to do their measurements, and at that moment the whole show just immediately collapsed. I can't get enough of professional delusion. I can't get enough of professional schizophrenia. I find it funny. I find it funny when people genuinely are serious about their delusion. Sitting down in the afternoon and watching Ancient Aliens is incredibly hilarious, and it warms my chest, it warms my spirit, it keeps me sane. And if Ancient Aliens isn't on for me to giggle at, I will go out of my way to track down flat earth videos on YouTube to watch with my girlfriend and giggle at, because it's hilarious that these people are serious. When I see a flat earther talk about how gravity doesn't exist and that the reason why we stay on the surface of the earth is due to atmospheric electricity, I am being so serious. Search it up. It is riveting. It is hilarious. I find all of that hilarious. The moment that they sit down in front of a camera and do that, it's fantastic. And the same thing goes for shows like Ancient Aliens when they genuinely believe, theorize, and espouse on television that Egyptians 4,000 years ago were only capable of building the pyramids with the help of aliens. Because the modern world is just wholly unaware about how the pyramids were built, which isn't true. It's not a mystery how the Egyptians built the pyramids. There are competing theories on methods in which the Egyptians did it, but it isn't like lost on us how it was done. Matter of fact, if you're interested in learning how many Egyptologists and archaeologists have kind of surmised a couple of ways in which Egyptians thousands of years ago built the pyramids? Links are in the description down below to all of those resources. Because while it may be funny to watch nonsense on television, it brings me even more joy to inform all of you guys about the incredible engineering that the Egyptians 4,000 years ago used in order to build these enormous pyramids, bro. All of it is fascinating. Take a look in the description down below. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Ailurus, aka Panda Daddy, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. And if you did, let me know in the comments down below and leave a like if you liked the video. And if you're new to my channel, go ahead and subscribe, fam. What you doing watching videos and not subscribing? And if you're old, make sure that bell so you get these notifications every time. I truly hope that all of you guys enjoyed the newest installment of the r/Morbid Reality series. And if you haven't seen it, it's linked in the description and pinned comment down below. I know that is a channel favorite for many of you guys, so I don't want any of you to miss out on that if you haven't watched it already. And for those of you who haven't checked the community tab, I have gone out of my way to really look into trying to stream, specifically model building, TCG pack openings, maybe even some Lego building. A lot of you guys want that as well. You want me to stream, putting together the Titanic, and the reception to that post seemed pretty positive. So if you have any other ideas for me to stream, let me know in the comments down below and the comments of that community post. And as always, you gotta thank the Patreon supporters that make content like this possible. A big thank you to AJ Flame, Big Brain Gamer, Birds of Steel, D the Wicker Beast, Arrow the Cat, Molly Mayhem, BD Uzi, Yex, Quispy, The Main Mon, Comman4372, Blacklist Gaming, User Deleted from Planet, Seth is the 102, Twitch is Lost, Dawnbreaker Drake, Traffic Racer 124, The Blurred Star, Mr. Sandman, Mike, That One Girl, Tron Destroy 23, Code Connor Purvis, Ronan EXP, Sice Vederick, My Golden Experience, James Tucker, Primavera, BMX30, Cinnamon Sticks, The Fake Musician, Samantha Bellhart, Dundernass Hawk, Clyde the Hobo, and Noah. Thank you so much for your support. It is greatly appreciated. And if you want to help support the channel, there's 2 links in the description, one on my merch store and one on my Patreon. Both funds go directly into the channels that can maintain what's happening here. And as always, stay zesty.